Yeah, I didn't do a good job of getting the team ready for this game. Just the physicality of the game, I think we forced them to miss some shots early in the game, but we couldn't put the ball in the basket. Just really inefficient on offense. So we got to go to back to the drawing board and see what we could do to change that type of effort. It just wasn't great. But it starts with the coaches making sure that the guys are armed with everything that they need to be ready to play against a really good team. And Northwestern is physical, tough, very disciplined, got great guard play. So they're a good team. But we were terrible in the first half, especially.
Bobby Huddarbino, Devil's Digest. I know that you're disappointed in the game in a vacuum, but is it even more disappointing after having the loss you had against TCU, not to see the team bounce back? Is that maybe even more disappointing than the loss itself?
Yeah, I mean, you have to respond. We're not as tough as we need to be right now. We're kind of melting out there. As teams are coming at us, we don't have a response. We're not making shots. We're missing free throws. We're kind of across the board. It was I think we were tied with one of the Northwestern players at halftime, and that's how bad we were at that end of the floor. So we got to look at it and evaluate it and see what changes we need to make and how we need to play at that end of the floor just to give ourselves a better chance to stay in the game. It was crazy that Adam was shooting an open shot to cut it to 14, just as bad as we were. I was shocked at that. But but yeah, we have to do better than that.
Frankie, can you talk about how difficult it is when things are going wrong as a point guard, trying to motivate the team and just change the narrative?
Yeah, but first I will say it's not the coach's fault. As players, we got to go out there and we got to perform. They give us a great game plan every game before the game, and we just got to execute it. Can you please ask your question again? No, can you ask the question again? I'm sorry. I just had to say that.
How hard is it to motivate the team and try and keep the spirits up when it seems like everything's going wrong and against you?
I mean, it gets difficult sometimes because, as a team right now, mentally we're soft. So we go out there and sometimes we don't fight back when people punch us in the mouth. So, sometimes it's hard to give us that extra motivation, but sometimes it's not. It all depends on how we respond.
Frankie, just to follow up on that, what is it about this team that makes you guys feel like you're mentally soft right now?
It's just when we face adversity, you see how sometimes we get punched in the mouth. We don't fight back. I think we got to go out there and just continue to play hard, no matter if shots are falling or not. I've said that plenty of times in press conferences. We got to play hard, and that's the only way our offense is going to translate. So if we want to make shots, we got to play in transition, and if we can't get stops, we can't do that.
And Bobby, what's your sense on that? And is this a surprising thing to see happen?
I just think I've used the word trust a lot. Talked about trust, unity. At the offensive end, I feel like there's the connectivity level just isn't there for whatever reason, and there isn't joy in someone else's success the way it needs to be. And this is a team sport, and it's hard enough to beat your opponent. If you're if you're not happy for your teammate, and if your teammate doesn't know if the guy standing next to him has his back, then it's a lonely feeling out there. So I think some of it is that, especially at the offensive end of the floor.
You tend to give a lot of freedom to your guys. Do you feel like they're settling too much?
We had some set plays we wanted to run. We try to want to take advantage of Frankie today and our guards. If they could get downhill, I thought we had an edge there to try and get to the paint. Frankie was able to successfully do that. It's not my nature to put a stranglehold on the offense, and have us run a set play every possession. I have to trust the judgment of our players, especially when you're facing a team like Northwestern. If they get their defense set consistently, it's going to be tough to defeat a team like that. So I want to give the guys some freedom, but we were. I don't think it was as much that we just. I mean, if you review some of the shots, I think there were some that were wide open shots that just were not made. So it's just, if you're playing it in this level in a doubleheader like this tonight, and you had a wide open shot and you couldn't make it, then that's not a good sign, because I don't think there's going to be a lot of wide open shots in the next game. And if they are, I think most of them are going to go in the basket. So I think it comes down to that too, just everybody kind of looking in the mirror and seeing what they need to do to step up.
Coach, from a defensive standpoint, I know you're saying too that, was there some things in the game? Did you feel that the communication on the court, between the guys was a little bit off? Because it just seemed like that stretch there kind of late in the first half, it just seemed like offensively they were pretty much moving around doing what they wanted to do.
Yeah, I think it touched on just what Frankie was saying. I think you could just almost take exactly what he said. We allowed our ineffectiveness on offense to carry over into how we were defending, and multiple efforts and all the things you need to do to get stops. I think summed it up perfectly the end of the half, where we're just slapping at the ball like on a rebound, and then we just slap it to them, and then they go and score right at the end of the half. It was just, that was symbolic just of the whole half. I'll say this though, I'm a fighter, and I'll keep pushing. And Coach Kimbrough and I talked about this. We worked very hard to make this an NCAA tournament program, and we did that last year, and it was a really fun team to watch. We're not having a great season right now, but we're going to fight for the program and do what we have to do to change this and see who wants to move forward with us and be about the right things, and who doesn't. And we'll find out a lot the next couple of weeks. But we're very highly disappointed with where things have gone from this time last year to where we are right now. Thank you.